Black Swan Tactical, your #1 source for 2A streetwear. With shirts, mugs, hats, patches, flags, and more. There's always something to help you rep the 2A community. All proceeds go back into our projects. Viewers and listeners can take an additional 10% off with code CRUMPY. Unapologetically pro-gun, pro-liberty, and pro-freedom gear for the front lines of the culture war.
Hey everybody, look, it's another video. Silverback again. Look at that. On a roll now, getting back in track, back into the swing of things. So this week I've got this Walther P38, born in 1945 at the Spreewerk factory, which was a factory in Czechoslovakia that sometime later on down the road, I believe, was taken over by the Russians, but this was still manufactured under the German control, and it was one of the very last few productions under the German control of the factory, and this was a CYQ code, which tells me that it was made at the Spreewerk factory in Czechoslovakia. Now, everybody who worked at the factory other than the Nazis or the Germans were slaves, so this was all made with slave labor. So that was an interesting fact that I found out. So this is a 9mm pistol, very old. Now this was brought to me by a friend of mine for me to take it down and clean it. This thing was so caked with cosmoline and it was so gunky and dirty. I had to disassemble this entire piece. Ran it through my ultrasonic cleaner a couple times just to get all that crud off of there, and oiled it up, lubed it up good. Works good. Safety's on, so you can see that works. As you can tell, there's, you know, nothing in there. It's got this big old slide lock here. You see there's nothing in there. I don't even have a magazine in. And if we take it off of safe and put it on fire, let's function test it. See, the hammer's back. Okay, hammer works. So if we do that again and we put the safety on, drops the hammer, no more bang bang. Pretty nice gun. It's pretty sweet. It's kind of hefty. Got a little weight to it, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be for being such an old piece and being completely steel, except for, of course, the grips. Now, the machining at the Spreewerk factory probably wasn't as fine as at the other factories that were producing these Walther P38s throughout the time of World War II. But it's not terrible either. It's still pretty nice. You can see some of the machining on it, but it's smooth, no jagged edges, no rough surfaces. It has character for sure. Alright, so let's get the magazine loaded up and we'll plug a few rounds through this to give it a test fire, so to speak, because I've already done a function check and I showed you the function check and it worked out fine. So now the next step is to test fire and see how the gun performs. Be right back. Alright, loaded up this 8-round magazine. Okay, slides in there, no problem. Still on safe. Chambered around, no problem. Let's take it off safe. Put it on fire. Now this is double single action gun, so got a bit of a funky mag release here at the bottom, but she shoots beautifully. Let's load up another magazine now that I understand the gun a little bit better. This is the first time I've ever shot one, so let's load up another mag and go for another run. Another 8 rounds. Give her a shot here. Slide release works well. It's already hammer cocked back. Well, I'm not very accurate with this thing, but it's a nice shooting gun. I just have to learn these sights a little bit more and see where it hits on the target. You know, I got a few in there, but again, I'm a little rusty. It's been a while since I've done any shooting, especially with something like this. Gotta say, it is pretty nice. Put it on fire, drop the slide. It's pretty. She's pretty. There we go. Flawlessly running. I like it. Alright, so I must have done the job right because everything's working. It's firing no problem. Everything's cycling no problem. The extractor's working fine. It is a beautiful piece. Very, very nice. The mag release, however, is kind of funky. That's definitely something to get used to. I mean, you see it here at the bottom here. It is what it is. Again, this is not mine. It is a friend of mine's, so it was inherited, so it must have sat for a little while, like I said, because it was caked with cosmoline, and the cosmoline was so super dirty, it was unbelievable. But she's running, and she runs great. And I was using my reloads, which were 124 grain, kind of a little spicy, not too hot, but a little hot. Just because I'm pushing the 124 grains and I want to catch a little bit more velocity out of them. But she liked them. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Have fun.